With Fincher coming off of the critical acclaim of the game, he was looking for another film that could push the boundaries even more. Fight Club is centered around an unnamed protagonist who suffers from chronic insomnia and a deep sense of emptiness. Our protagonist is fed up with his life, dead bored from consumerism, corporate life, and the meaninglessness of it all. In search of relief, he meets a guy named Tyler Durden, a charismatic soap salesman who introduces him to the underground world of Fight Club, a secret society where men gather to beat the crap out of each other as a form of therapy. But what begins as a release from societal pressure quickly escalates into chaos as Tyler's vision for the future becomes more radical. As the protagonist begins to lose control, the line between self-destruction and self-discovery vanishes, leading to one of the most iconic twists in film history. It definitely took me rewatching this film a few times and doing some additional YouTube homework to fully understand what the hell was even going on. The script for this film was extremely controversial. It explored masculinity, consumerism, and anarchy, subjects that many studios found troubling, and wasn't their typical recipe for box office success. It was heavily criticized for promoting violence and chaos, and although the studios hesitated, Fincher was immensely passionate about the story and fought hard to bring his uncompromised vision to the screen. But when this handsome mayonnaise signed on to play Tyler Durden, it gave the studio all the confidence it needed to greenlight the script. Fincher's approach to the film was all about deconstructing the American dream and playing with the concept of identity. The film's stark visual style, including gritty urban landscapes and unique camera techniques, was a perfect match for the story's themes. The production itself was ambitious. With an outstanding budget of $65 million, the film used pioneering digital effects, CG-enhanced tracking shots, and immersive sound design. Fincher wanted to visually represent the narrator's fractured psyche, creating a world that felt both real and disorienting. When Fight Club finally hit the theaters, it didn't land the way Fox had hoped. In fact, it was initially considered a box office flop. It grossed a modest $100 million at the global box office, a number that on the surface might seem decent. But with a production budget of $65 million and an aggressive marketing campaign that pushed total expenses even higher, the film barely managed to recoup its production costs. However, Fight Club managed to pull off one of the greatest second acts in modern cinema. Thanks to its home video sales, rentals, and its rabid cult following, the film eventually became a goldmine. It currently holds an 81% critic rating, with many early critics unsettled by its graphic violence, anti-consumerist messaging, and radical critique of masculinity, which led some to accuse it of glorifying chaos and promoting extremism. But not everyone was skeptical, as some critics praised Fincher's artistic direction and the gritty visual tone of the movie, pointing out his ability to bring the narrator's internal monologues to life on screen. However, the real profit of Fight Club came in the form of its cultural impact. It helped cement David Fincher as a filmmaker who could take dangerous, provocative material and turn it into something that stayed with you long after the credits rolled.
A cautionary tale about what to do with the anger that's engendered by your disenfranchisement.
After the chaos, cult status, and controversy of Fight Club, David Fincher took a sharp turn, stepping away from sweeping social commentary and philosophical anarchy to create something far more contained, but no less intense. If you enjoyed this clip, you can watch the full breakdown on our main channel or keep the binge going with the next clip.